Welcome to Unit 4, Level 2 video notes. We're going to calculate averages using frequency counts of all the data values. And first, we're going to calculate a missing data value given the average. This question is in your homework, and Joe and Bill were competing against each other to see who could collect the most bottle caps. If Joe averaged 320 bottle caps and Bill averaged 340, what did each one collect in December if they collected the following amounts in the previous months? So we have to figure out what Joe collected and Bill collected. So I thought I'd show the example where we can find out the answer that Joe collected, and then you can find out the answer for Bill. We know this many bottle caps were collected by Joe so far, and we need to figure out how many bottle caps he collected in December to get an average of 320. We need to figure out how many total bottle caps he collected divided by the number of months, which is 12, and that equals my average of 320 bottle caps a month. In order to figure out the total, we're saying what divided by 12 is 320, so undo that by multiplying by 12, and we get a total of 3,840. So that divided by 12 is 320. We know he collected this much so far, so that's part of our total. So let's take a moment and add that up. 300 plus 412 plus 207 plus 283 plus 601 plus 114 plus 319 plus 299 plus 403 plus 317 plus 354 is 3,609. And we know that plus our number we collect in December has to equal our total. So let's undo that by subtracting. And we are left with 231 bottle caps that Joe collected in the month of December. So this is kind of what we did, and I'm going to show it as an algebraic equation as well, and I'm going to quickly go through that. On top, I have the 11 months plus my 12th month x divided by 12 equals an average of 320 bottle caps. To find this, I would add up all of the bottle caps that he's collected so far in the 11 months, plus our December month, divided by 12 has to be equal to 320. Now to get to x on top, don't divide by 12, but undo dividing by 12 by multiplying by 12. And that gives us a product of 3,840. So that's our total that we were talking about earlier. And now we're going to subtract our bottle caps that we collected so far. And we have our remainder bottle caps that we need to collect in the month of December as 231. Now you can figure out Bill's collection for the month of December for your homework. Our next example involves a frequency table. And here the frequency table is of the monthly salaries of 25 people. Calculate the mean of the monthly salaries of the 25 people. In order to calculate the mean, we're going to have to find the total amount for the monthly salaries divided by the number of people, and that will give me my monthly salary per person. Our frequency table has this many people, and 8 people had a salary of $3,500 in the month. So that can be written as a number here or with tally marks. So 5 people had $4,000 in 1 month. We could find the total monthly salaries by adding up all the monthly salaries, so 3,500 8 times, and 4,000 5 times, and 4,200 8 times, and 4,300 2 times, and 4,500 2 times. Oh my goodness, that'd be so much. Finally, divided by the number of people would give us our average. And we know repeated addition is really multiplication. So let's multiply 3,500 by 8 and 4,000 by 5. And let's just be a little smarter with our work here. So this is truly what we are calculating. So if I do 3,500 times 8, I get 28,000. And 4,000 times 5 is 20,000. And 4,200 times 8 is 33,600. And 4,300 times 2 is 8,600. And 4,500 times 2 is 9,000. So what I would do is I would just add these up and then divide by the number of people that are having our monthly salaries. And in this case, it is 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2, which is 25 people. And it also says it up here. All right, let's add all those salaries together and we get 99,200. So that's our numerator. That's our total monthly salaries of the 25 people. Now divide that by 25 and we get an average monthly salary of $3,968. I then like to ask myself if it makes sense. And if we look here, 8 people have salaries of $3,500 and this is right below the 4,000 where 8 people and 5 and 2 and 2, that's a lot more, which is above that average. However, it is kind of it's inside our data, so that's much better than getting an answer way out here or way below here, which wouldn't make sense at all. Good luck on your homework and ask questions about those frequency tables if you have some.